Hey everybody, this is Teresa over at whatwouldyourhairdressersay.com. It's an interactive blog for teenagers, mostly girls. You know, guys of course can send a question here and there, and parents are always welcome. Hey, I wanted to address something that I find really interesting. On my Pinterest board, one of the things that is repinned more than anything is narcissism. And I thought, I wonder if I could do a little video, and maybe some of you teenage girls or boys that are watching this video would be able to pick up some of these clues, because marrying somebody like that is a nightmare. So I know that this is a serious topic. Being around narcissists is not fun. I've had my fair share of that. So I'm not making light of that, but when you can't change something, I usually try to find some humor in it. So bear with me. I'm going to tell you a couple narcissist jokes, okay? So, a priest, a teacher, and a millionaire, and a narcissist were golfing together. As they walked the course, they came behind a foursome that was moving very slowly and did not offer to let them play through. Calling over the golf pro, the foursome inquired about the poor sportsmanship of the slow group. The pro explained that the slow golfers were blind. The priest said, "Oh, bless them. I will keep them in my prayers." The teacher said, "Oh, I will share this with my students of how inspiring they are." The millionaire said, "I will offer to pay their green fees for free for a whole year." And the narcissist said, "Why can't they just play at night?" That is so what a narcissist would say. Okay, so a narcissist's wife goes to a wizard and asks him if he will remove a curse she's been living with for the last 10 years. The wizard says, "Maybe, but you will have to tell me the exact words that were used to put the curse on you." The woman says without hesitation, "I now pronounce you man and wife." I just think that is so funny. The next one, really short one. My husband and I divorced for religious reasons. He thought he was God, and I did not. Sorry, but that is hilarious. So a narcissist really does have this grandiose view of himself. I don't really know where it comes from. I'm not a professional, and to be quite honest, I don't really care. It's just a really not fun person to live with. So they often have like an entitlement issue. You will see how this plays out is, let's say, and I just watched this the last trip that I was on. We're all waiting to board a plane, and we're all standing in the same line waiting to get on, and this guy is just fussing in line. You can tell he's just working up to like throwing an adult fit. And he didn't have first class, wasn't priority, he was waiting in line just like all of us were, and he's over there just getting mad. I just kind of had to laugh to myself and think, I think that's a narcissist over there, because I've seen that so many times before. The other one is like, let's say your guys are out to eat at a restaurant, and if your dinner doesn't come out like right now, they're starting to get mad. They're just like, well, where's my food? They just can't be patient. Everything has to revolve around them. I call that person like miserably spoiled, I guess. One of the things that makes me really worry about girls and young women who just kind of haven't had enough experience with people is that the narcissist comes across incredibly charming at first. And you're almost a little tad bit uncomfortable with all the attention that you're getting from that person. But pretty soon it flips. And you're going, what just happened there? Because he becomes this victim somehow, and he villainizes you. And it's just this weird dynamic, and if you are left kind of standing around going, what just happened here? And when you're with that person, you kind of feel this yuck inside, and maybe a little bit of anger and frustration, but you can't put your finger on it. And then the guy mixes in a random act of kindness here and there. Now that really screws with a girl's head. And it makes you feel like, well, maybe I'm just being oversensitive. Well, you're not. So what you want to pay attention to is, how do you feel with this person? Because when you're with a toxic person, your joy goes missing, your confidence goes missing, just general happiness. I'm kind of a generally a free kind of person, and if I've spent much time with a person like that, I kind of feel like caged in a little bit, and it frustrates me. I get really frustrated with it. So it's just not fun, and it's not easy to see when you weren't raised that way, when you don't think that way. So that's how the smart girls get stuck, is they don't see it coming. And then when it does happen, they think, when it starts to happen, or you even observe this happening with somebody else, a lot of girls will think that they're the exception rather than the rule. I'm sorry, but talk to me in a couple months, and this guy will probably treat you worse than he treats anyone because he can, okay? So this is from a list from Psych Central, and it's signs you're surrounded by a toxic person, and obviously a narcissist is a toxic person. You dread or fear being around them. You're exhausted or you feel angry when you're with them or after your interaction. You feel bad or shamed about yourself. I've run into a lot of women that feel bad for even breathing because they've been around a person like that. You're stuck in a cycle of trying to rescue, fix, or care for them. Now, that brings me to a point. If you feel like you're one of those people that is trying to make somebody kind of feel better at the expense of you, and you're kind of trying to chase after, kind of fix this issue, you might have some traits of codependency. I think everybody has a few. If you think this is a real problem, and one of the ways that you can kind of tell is that you always feel like the life is getting sucked out of you in a relationship, or you pick not so great friends and consistently not so great boyfriends. So if that's happening in your life, I would encourage you to check out some of Pia Melody's stuff on codependency. One of the things I really like about her is that she gets right to the point of what it is, where it comes from, and how to fix it. So I really, really like her. Now, the most important thing for you guys to grasp here is patterns. I will say this a million times. If you watch my videos, you'll always hear me talk about patterns. People, including me, including you, can act like a jerk on any given day. What you're looking for is a pattern. Does this person exhibit incredibly selfish behavior most of the time? Do they care about appearance? Okay, I once was with a person that was so wrapped up in appearance and stuff and who he surrounded himself with that when I would go to a function with him, he would treat me like a doll. And I was just supposed to stand there and not have a brain and not talk and just smile and, hi, it's nice to meet you, and then just not say anything. And the reason narcissists like to do that is because they want everybody to have this elevated opinion of them, and you might say something to embarrass them. So you might want to just shh, and I don't know about you, but that really doesn't work for me. Now, one of the really big takeaways here is to see this before you marry the guy or the girl. I've seen women be narcissists too, okay? Because if you have children with somebody like that, it's just a tragedy for a girl or a kid to grow up in that kind of situation, because kids need us parents to build this like platform of success under them to help them become who they're created to be. Well, when you live with a narcissist and the attention isn't always on them, well, now we have a big ripping problem. It's huge, right? So if you feel like you might be dating a narcissist, run like now, because you don't want anything to do with that, because that person isn't going to change, because they don't think they have a problem. And the only person that can change them is them. Just like the only person that's going to change us is us, right? And so that is my advice about that. I've seen lots and lots of people wrapped up with narcissists of varying degrees, and it never goes very well. And there's always a certain amount of misery to be in a relationship like that. So anyway, I hope that helps. If you like it, hit the thumbs up at the bottom. And if you want to, you can come on over to my website. Again, it's whatwouldyourhairdressersay.com. And if you have a question, please pass it over and pass me on to your friends. I love answering your questions. Talk to you soon. Bye.